Hi, so this is gonna be a really practical, straight to the point guide on how you can actually be consistent at doing positive things like exercising, studying, practicing your art, meditating, literally anything. Hi, I'm Laksana, just an average person trying to be consistent, and one of my biggest achievements in being consistent is that I currently have I don't know, more than 165 days straight morning push-up streak, fully documented on my Instagram. You can just check it out. And hey, I want to say thank you. Thank you for actually caring about your life, because if you actually want to change your life to the better through implementing some positive things consistently, I actually really do appreciate that. So there won't be much editing applied on this video, but I hope you are going to be one of the serious ones that actually stick till the end of this video. And hey, this is April 24th, 2025, and this is gonna be day 290 of consistently helping people build consistency. So when we are trying to be consistent at doing things, right, the question that we should be asking to ourselves is, what's the biggest problem? What's the biggest obstacle that's, making us not being able to be consistent? Well, definitely there are lots of things. Human psychology is complex, and I definitely don't have the time to explain everything, every problem on this video. But here's the thing: one of the biggest problem here, right? One of the biggest problem why we cannot be consistent at doing something, is because something that's called shiny object syndrome. Well, this is not really a medical. This is currently not a really medical syndrome. I don't really know in the future, right? But currently, it's not a medical syndrome. It's just a a term that we use to refer to some certain, what do you say? Some certain experience. No, some certain behavior pattern. Yeah, some kind of like behavior pattern. Okay. So some of you guys might actually have heard about this shiny object syndrome. It's basically something, like basically when you found something new and you kind of like really thinks that you know what, this is the one thing that I need. This thing is really cool. I want to be the best on this thing. I'm gonna be spending all my time doing this thing, all my effort doing this thing, and basically be the best at doing this thing. And I'm gonna be really cool, right? But then, right, after all the hype, right, maybe like some 1 week or 2 weeks later, we kind of lose our interest on this new thing, okay? And then we kind of find this new other thing, okay? And the same cycle happen. We think to ourselves, oh, you know what? The previous thing is boring. No, this new thing that I just found is the real thing. It's gonna, I'm gonna be the best at this thing because it's really, like it's really great. It's really cool. I'm gonna be the best at doing this thing. I'm gonna be spending all my time doing this thing. This is the one. Yeah. But then the same cycle happens and again and again and again. We put so much effort to it. We put so much attention to it. We think it's the one. But then like 2 weeks later, or maybe like sometime later, our obsession is gone, okay? And basically, we fall into some new shiny thing. So actually, it's pretty, pretty simple. How can you even be consistent at doing something if you cannot even stick to that thing and keep on jumping to new things, jumping to new things, jumping to new things? Well, I'm not saying that you should not, right? I'm not saying that you should not try new things, but never, right? Never make this new thing that you try to do, that you wanted to be consistent at, make you forget about the previous priorities that actually are also important. Okay, so what are the things that we are going to be doing here, right? What's going to be the solution here? Because here's the thing: we don't want to be, like be obsessed with exercising, and then we kind of like lose this obsession because we think that, oh, you know what, studying is more important, and then we put all the time and effort, all of the effort and time that we got into studying and forget the exercising, and then basically we study way so much, but then we kind of think like, oh, you know what, studying is kind of boring. I just want to do some meditation. Okay, meditation is the thing. Forget about studying. I want to be serious at meditating. We do not want that to happen, right? Okay, we do not want to have like this cycle of shiny object syndrome. We want to be consistent at doing the important things without neglecting the other important things. So what is the thing that we are going to be doing here? Really simple. The thing that we are going to be doing here is that we are going to be grabbing a paper and a pen and a paper. And then basically the thing that we are going to be doing here is that we are going to be we are going to be writing three most important priorities that we wanted to be consistent at. Okay, just name three first. Okay, just name three first. So for example, the three most important thing that I wanted to be consistent at, I'm currently struggling to be consistent at is one, exercising, two, studying, three, meditating. Okay, that's the three most important thing. The thing that we are going to be doing here is that we are going to be elaborating, we are going to be writing, explaining to ourselves the reasons why these things are important. Okay? Why exercising is important, why studying is important, why meditating is important, right? So first thing first, okay, for example, why meditating, why exercising is important. Oh yeah, exercising is important because I want to be healthy. Exercising is important because I want to be healthy for my family. I want to look good. I want to be respected by other people because I have a really great posture. And also like actually I want to be that cool grandpa that can, you know, still be healthy and be active even on his 80s. Okay, just be completely honest with yourself. Why do you think this thing is important? Okay, so the same thing applies to studying. Explain to yourself why studying is important. Explain to yourself why meditating is important. That's the first thing that we are going to be doing. But not only that we are going to be writing why these things are important, secondly, it is precisely because we know these things are important. What are we going to be doing about it? How many minutes we are going to be spending our time on a day-to-day basis doing these things precisely because we know the importance of it. Okay? So what so for example, right? I know exercising is really important. That's why, I'm gonna be spending my time at least 20 minutes on exercising. Oh yeah, studying is really important. I'm gonna be spending, 30 minutes of my time studying every single day. Oh yeah, you know what? Like meditation is also really important to keep my mental health healthy. I want to meditate for at least 10 minutes every single day. And then the thing that we are going to be doing here is that we are going to be reading this paper on a day-to-day basis. Okay, we just going to be reading this paper on a day-to-day basis on a specific time of the day. Okay, for example, like 6 a.m. every single day. Oh yeah, for example, like 6 p.m. every single day. Actually, it's better in the morning though, you know. And why do we do this, right? One, we are going to be reminding ourselves about our priorities and our commitment, right? To what are we going to be doing it? Oh, sorry, what are we going to be doing about it? And secondly, we are going to be emphasizing, right? We are going to emphasize the fact that, oh, you know what, these things are so important. I'm going to be doing it every day. I'm going to be reading it every single day. Why it's important? Precisely because it's that important. It's really important. I need to read it every single day. So here's the thing, realize that you have limited time, limited energy. You cannot do every single thing that you wanted to be doing, okay? Because you have limited time, you have limited energy, okay? And we need to spend those energy on the most important things, right? So here's the thing. Every single time you wanted to be consistent at something new, you got this shiny object syndrome. The thing that you are going to be doing here is that before you think to jump into this thing, to jump into this field, to spend your time and energy consistently on this field, you are going to be needing to explain to yourself first, right? Why do you want to, try this new thing? Why do you want to be consistent at doing this thing? Just explain all the reasons why. Oh yeah, for example, why do I want to learn the guitar? Okay, don't only say, oh, you know what, I want to learn the guitar because some shallow reason or whatever, just be completely honest with yourself. Okay, have deep answers. Okay, have deep explanations. Oh yeah, I want to play the guitar because when I play the guitar, I kind of have this feeling that I can express my emotion fully. Oh yeah, whenever I play the guitar, I can have my stress relief. Okay, I'm feeling really, really, like really, really good when I play the guitar. I'm feeling really peaceful. So basically, when we write all the explanation, right, we are going to be putting it right also on the paper, yes, and then we are also going to be calculating again precisely because we have limited time and limited energy. We are going to be precisely calculating how many minutes we are going to be spending allocating our time on learning to play the guitar on a day-to-day basis. And here's the thing, let's see for a week, for 2 weeks, um did things go actually the way you expect, or you make some miscalculation? For example, it turns out that you don't necessarily have enough time and enough energy to do all the priorities that you know you should be consistent at. Okay, you need to reevaluate stuff. Okay, evaluate stuff. Oh yeah, do I actually have this much time and this much energy, blah 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 blah. And if you don't really have enough time and enough energy, there are basically two options that you can actually do. One is to remove some of the priorities from your priority list. Okay, just compare all the reasonings, all the urgency why some things are important, and then the least important one, you need to move that out from the priority list so that you now have less priority, but you can actually give all your time, all your energy doing those things. Okay, that's one thing. But then the second thing here is that when you don't really have that much time and energy, you need to eliminate distractions. I'm talking about scrolling mindlessly for hours on hours on your phone. I'm talking about, spending your time doing the useless gossips and stuff. Okay? And when you eliminate those things, naturally you are going to be having more time, more energy to do your important stuff, to do your priorities. Okay, so basically that's how you actually be consistent at doing something. And here's the thing, just because you add a new priority, it doesn't necessarily means that you do not, it doesn't necessarily means that you do not prioritize the other priorities, or you know here's the thing, we do not want to see a priority, right, as something that's opposing another priority. Okay, so for example, in fact, I argue that we should see one priority and other priority as helping each other. Okay, as helping each other to get even better and better. So, for example, I believe that we should not see exercising and studying as something separate, and we should not see studying and exercising as something that does not help each other, that do not help each other. So for example, we do not want to say, oh, you know what, I don't have the time to exercise because I need to study. I have limited time, I have limited energy, I don't want to exercise, I just want to study because exercising is draining, blah 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 blah. We do not want that to happen. In fact, we are going to be thinking like, oh, you know what? Exercising helps my studying, studying helps my exercising. And if you actually find the correlation, if you just try to find the correlation, you are going to be finding correlation. Okay? So for example, how does exercising helps you study? Okay? So, you know what? You can just do your own research basically on Google. There are lots of research that actually say that, you know what, when you exercise, it helps your brain functions, and when your brain functions better, right, then you are going to be thinking better. When you're thinking better, you can study better, or you can process information better. So that's how exercising helps study. Okay, so basically you kind of think like, oh, you know what, when I do this priority, I also help the other priority. Okay, it's not something that's separate, and vice versa. Studying also helps exercising, because here's the thing, when you study, right, when you study, you train your brain to think logically, right? You are, you are processing information on a day-to-day basis, and you can actually use this skill in order to help you exercise. Because hey, when we are talking about exercising, we are talking about finding the right exercise. We are talking about the right technique to exercise. We are talking about how to actually know, which credible, which credible information of exercising is the right credible information of exercising, or it's just, um, to actually separate the nonsense and the real facts, right? So basically, when you have all the quality information and you can actually process that quality information because you have studied a lot, because you have, used to think in a proper way, then it's also going to help your exercising journey, because now you are going to know, oh, you know what, this is the right way to exercise. This is scientifically proven. This is, you know what, this is the right way. This is the wrong way. I should not do it the wrong way, and so on and so on, blah, 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 blah. So that's how you actually manage your priorities, be consistent. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much, and don't forget to join our Discord. And you can also support my long form videos on Gumroad by buying me a coffee. And for today's date, I'll send this post. Today is April 24, 2025, and Mimzar posted a "Every Dream Has a Meaning" post last 24 hours GMT +7. But this video might be uploaded like tomorrow or 2 days from now. Thank you.